shall withdraw their shining. Ladies and gentlemen, looking at each and every one of these things describe the attributes of the army of God. But let's go ahead this morning to look at where we stopped last week. And it has to be with the issue of developing a steadfast heart. Developing a heart that is fixed. One of the things in which I said last week about a steadfast heart is this. A steadfast heart is a heart that you and I need to develop as a believer as we go in this journey. Pastor, why? Because we will experience or we will see a lot of obstacles on the way. We will see a lot of things that want to discourage us on the way. We will see a lot of things that want to move us. We will see a lot of things that want to change our position. We will see a lot of things that want us to say, oh, I'm throwing him the towel. But there's something about developing a steadfast heart that makes you to finish to the end. I told you last week of Apostle Paul. Apostle Paul in Acts of the Apostles chapter number 20. One of the things in which he said, verse 34 is this. He said, none of these things moves me. Why? He said that I may finish my course and the ministry in which I have received from him. I said, read 2 Corinthians chapter number 4. You will see various different things in which Apostle Paul went through. He went through a shipwreck. Not only a shipwreck, he was beaten many times. Not many times. Many times he went hungry. Many times he went without a glove. Many times things went and didn't go the way he was. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, when he was writing his final word in 2 Timothy chapter number 4, he said, I have fought a good fight. He said, I have finished my course. He said, I have kept the faith. It takes, this time around, not an enlarged heart to finish, but it takes a steadfast heart to finish. Are you following me? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, are you someone that does one thing and leave it after some time and put your hand in something else? You need a steadfast heart to be able to finish. And that's why I'm going to be explaining what a steadfast heart means as I look at last week. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, a steadfast heart is important. First Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58. Apostle Paul was writing to the church. He said, you brethren, he said, be ye steadfast, be immovable. He said, always abounding in the work, for surely you will receive the reward of your labor. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, many times we are almost there when the devil comes to swerve us from what is ours. He brings in discouragement, he brings in setbacks, and it is he that endures to the end. That is he that obtains the promise. That's why it's very important. That's why it's very essential that you and I develop what is called a steadfast heart. Psalm 57 verse 7. The psalmist said, oh Lord, my heart is fixed. My heart is fixed. The word fixed there, I told you last week, in the Hebrew, means to have a heart that is what? Steadfast. The word steadfast in the Greek is different from the word in the Hebrew. In fact, it's so amazing the way the word fixed was actually put. It was put as a heart that is erect. Are you here? Are you here? Are you following me? The way it was is like a heart that is what? Erect. Erect in the sense that there is nothing that can pull it down. Did you get me this morning? Did you get me this morning? Yes. And that's why he cried and he said, oh, my heart is fixed. God, my heart is fixed. I will sing and give praises. I said last week, sometimes some words will be said to you. Sometimes some behavior will be said to you. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, those things should not actually stop you from being your best for God. I have seen people who have left church because their pastor corrected them. I have seen people live where they are meant to be. And guess what? They begin to do something different. You know why? Their heart will never steadfast. Psalm 112. Look at Psalm 112. Psalm 112 verse 7. Look at it. Psalm 102. Still the same word. Still the same word. Still the same word. Psalm 102 verse 6. Psalm 102 verse 6. He said, my heart is fixed, trusting the Lord. Psalm 102. Are we there? Are we there? Verse 7. Let me read from verse 6. Read from verse 6. Verse 6 says, surely he shall not be moved forever. The righteous shall be in everlasting remembrance. Verse 7. He shall not be afraid of evil tidings. His heart is fixed. Listen, there's nothing that comes your way. You will know that because you have a steadfast heart, you will not be dissuaded. Are you here? Are you here? What is the essence of the evil? Evil is never from God. The devil brings evils to actually dissuade you. But you know, once you have a steadfast heart, you will know that whatever it takes, I know I'm going to finish. Whatever it takes, I know I'm going to make it. Listen, even also in marriage, your heart needs, you have to have a steadfast heart. Whatever it takes, either give or takes, we know that divorce will not enter. Are you following me? Are you following me? It's until death do us apart. Is it not? Because there will be so many things that will come up. But I know that my heart is steadfast. My heart is fixed. The Bible says he will not be afraid of evil tidings. Let me tell you something. I've never been and I will never be afraid. Because fear is not from God, fear is of the devil. Is somebody following me? Is somebody following me? Is somebody following me? Because I know my heart is steadfast. And I know I will keep trusting him. Are you with me? A steadfast heart is a heart that trusts God. A steadfast heart is a heart that trusts God. Even though when you don't see rain, you don't see dew, you know that the valley will be filled. So your heart is what? Fixed. And last week I began to explain what a steadfast heart means. I said number one, a steadfast heart is a heart that does not waver. It does not waver here or there. It does not come today hot, tomorrow cold. Are you following me? Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. I'm sure, okay, I remember a chap. I have mentioned his name many times. Yeah. His name was Olumide. When we were growing up. In the church when we were growing up. And you know, Olumide have people who could play better than him. Wonderful people. In fact, anytime my pastor comes up and he sees Olumide on the keyboard, he will send Olumide away. He said, where is Ife? Ife. But you know what? Olumide's heart was never moved. Olumide will stay with that keyboard. Immediately he knows that Baba is about to